Welcome back, guys. I am Brickin' Boy. This is once again Get Home and Game, and today what I am going to do is another bit of that WoW rating for gold, and I'm going to go ahead and go to the Caverns of Time, and then from there directly to the what is it called? The Four Winds, I believe is what it's called. I'll show you when I get there. I'm going to do that one first. Usually I go the other way. I go to the Caverns of Time, and then there's a raid inside there that I like to do, but that's a really long raid, and I'm going to try and do that second this time. It doesn't really matter which one you do first, because honestly they're really close to each other. Just to kind of show you how to get there, and then how quickly this Four Winds can be done, I figured I'd start at my garrison, since this is kind of where I left off last time. So anyway, if you are bound to the Golden Lantern, or the other place if you're, Horde, you go back to the Dalaran hub, like I'm about to do. Wait for that loading time. Alright, now we're here. Go ahead and run upstairs. And then the portal you want to take is right there. Dalaran. Or Dalaran. However you want to pronounce it, doesn't matter. Now we're in Dalaran, or at least we're in the loading screen, which is heading to Dalaran, or Dalaran. That's how I used to pronounce it. I'm going to stick with that. Alright, and from here, mount up if you're impatient. Go straight into there, this giant place. Eventually your character models will all come into the game and populate. Eventually the lag will catch up to you, and that's what you're looking for right there. Dalaran portal to Caverns of Time. Really, really quick. That took me less than a minute. Way quicker to get to than anything from Stormwind. So now we're in the Caverns of Time. Now if I wanted to go down and do the bit about killing Blackwing, I could go right now down that cavern and kill him, but instead I'm going to go do the shorter one, and I'm going to come back. Now the reason I did that is just because this is a lot easier to get to from here than any other direction that I know of. Yeah, it's a bit of a flight, but it's just a straight shot. So we're going to head, you can kind of see right there, there's some floating stuff. Kind of head a little bit to the right of it, a couple degrees. And where we're headed on the map is right there. Throne of the Four Winds. I got the Four Winds part correct, at least. Gotta love that fog, huh? That constant smoggy fog that's everywhere in WoW. I saw a couple screenshots of the game without the fog, and it kind of looks ridiculous because everything's sort of totally different colors depending on where you're at. Like, Daenerys looks completely different from Ungaro Crater, which is right there. And it's such a sharp contrast, it's almost comical. But I'd still rather have that than have this fog. And I've tried settings and stuff to turn it off, and it just never seems to go away no matter what I do. Someday they will. No, they won't. No, they won't. They'll never fix it. It's never gonna get fixed. WoW will close their servers before that fog goes away. That fog will outlast us all. All right, so where we're heading, and kind of the landmark that I like to look for is the pyramid, and then there's a flat mesa right there. You kind of head to the floating stuff that's next to it, generally speaking. There's a bunch of floating things out here, so you gotta find the right one. I'm pretty sure that's it. I think it's the one in the middle. So it's not the first mesa on the left, it's the second mesa on the right, the one across from the delta. And oh, by the way, I'm not trying to bash WoW or any of its geology or any of that stuff. At least not too much. I actually like most of what the world building that WoW's done. Yeah, there we go. See, I'm about right. I mean, I think this looks really cool from up here. I know it's going to look completely different down there too, which is another cool thing. So you can see there's the mesa, that's my little landmark. There's the statue. Let's kind of fly up. Now, I'm not sure how this is going to go. Usually, with the Throne of Four Winds, I do it backwards, because a lot of people that do videos for this particular raid, they tend to show you to go left to right. I'm going to go right to left, because if I don't do that, I'm just not going to be able to complete it. It's because of the way the buffs work from the 3 bosses. If I try to go left first, I end up not being able to kill them in time. Despite my pretty decent amount of DPS. So there you go, there is the raid. I'm going to head on inside. See, the thing is, I can't remember what spec I go with for this. I don't remember which one's more effective, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be combat, though. Yeah, it's probably combat. So now we're in here. We're in here now. Alright, you can see I've got about 19,000 gold. Let's get started. So, the first one you're going to want to hit if you're doing melee is go Robosh. And it's your pick. You can go Robosh and then the guy in the center and then the one on the left. But I tend to just go straight over. So, right, center, left. Let's see if it works. It may not. We shall see. Now on this guy, I tend to like to pop the no cooldowns at all. Just hit him. Get something up. And then just try and DPS him down as quickly as possible. You don't have to worry too much about like how fast you hit this guy. That's not very important. What is important is that once you do get him down, that you move very quickly to the next boss. So don't worry about it if you're stalling out on this guy. The first boss really doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter how fast you take him down. It's the rest of them that are important. Also, don't use Vanish. I will just reset the whole thing. Use Vanish if you want to reset it. Alright, this guy's kind of tricky for me. But not too bad. Just gonna spam the buttons a lot and get in. Alright. The sprint, I just popped a cooldown. I popped preparation so I could sprint. And now I'm going to try and get this guy out of his circle so I can hit him. And now it's just a straight DPS race to kill him before the third guy comes back up. I'll use Slice and Dice and whatever that's called. Killing spree, derp-a-derp. And that was it. Pretty simple. If you have enough DPS, those guys are incredibly easy. If you don't have enough DPS, they're incredibly frustrating. And it's really frustrating if you go from the entrance to this guy first, to that guy second, and then the other guy third. I had to reverse it because, again, I'm melee, and I was going the other way, and it just wasn't doing it. I had to keep resetting it over and over and over again. That was pretty simple. Now that that's done, loot this, and you can see right here, I'm right where I need to be to jump on that. Now I know there's an achievement for this as well. I wouldn't mind getting it done today, but I am actually just going to go ahead and just... It's straight DPS on this guy. If you don't want any achievements or anything crazy, it's a very simple fight. There you go. And you do have to dodge some stuff, but again, it's if you're at this level, it almost doesn't matter. You just don't want to get knocked off. Which I don't think anything will knock you off. I haven't even gotten hit by anything except for the lightning. Oop, turn that off. Alright, that thing will pop out in a second. whole thing is just going to completely destroy itself in just a moment. There it is. Now we're flying. I guarantee, even though I'm not animated, we're definitely flying. Alright, and then I'm just going to do killing spree. Pop that, and he's dead. That's it. Really, really simple raid. That took me, like, wow, I don't know, I even know, like 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Yeah, and then you can see that that is loot, and we're done. That's the whole raid, guys. Really, really simple. 4 bosses. Takes you all of like 10 minutes if you're really, really unlucky. 5 minutes if you're not. And I will come back later on with a bit of Caverns of Time and going down and killing Blackwing, because that is actually the next part of the series. Hope you enjoyed watching this one, and I'll see you another time.